What's going on, fellas? T-Rey the Collector here, back with another Blu-ray haul. This month we're going to be splitting the haul into two separate videos. So this is going to be about half the stuff I picked up for the month of September. And then in part 2 I'll show you guys the other half of the stuff I picked up this month. I figured it would be better just to do two 15-20 minute videos instead of, a 45-minute video that just goes on way too long. So yeah, I decided to go that route this time. And without further ado, let's just get into it and show you guys half of what I picked up in September. So the first thing I picked up this month is Space Jam. I got this at Game Exchange for about $5. You gotta have Space Jam in your collection. This is a childhood classic, so I was pretty excited to finally get it and add it to the collection. Been wanting it in the collection for a little bit and finally did that this month. Up next is a new release I picked up this month. I picked up Challengers. I love Zendaya and I got a pretty good deal on this, so I figured, might as well. And at the time I bought it, it wasn't on streaming yet, and then the next couple days it had come out on Prime. But I did enjoy the movie. Kind of one of those movies where everybody's a piece of crap and nobody really does right, but it's a really good watch and it's a good movie, so pretty excited to have it with the slipcover in the collection. Up next, another childhood classic I picked up this month, Stuart Little. I've been waiting and waiting to get this in the collection, and it was on Hamilton Books for I think $4. So I was like, yeah, it's time to get Stuart Little in the collection. Now I just got to get the second one, and yeah, added Stuart Little to the collection in September. Up next, I picked up the Lego Movie. Pretty excited to finally have this in the collection. I found it at Dollar General. I was at a Dollar General that's a little ways away from the normal Dollar General I go to, and they actually had a pretty good selection. And I saw this sitting there for $6. Had been wanting to add it to the collection, and decided, for $6 I'm gonna go ahead and do it today. And yeah, added the Lego Movie to the collection. And I also added the second part of the Lego Movie. This is also from Hamilton Books, like Stuart Little was. I kind of went crazy on Hamilton Books. You guys should have never had told me about that. But yeah, pretty excited to have both the Lego movies in the collection. And this one came in a box set with some a Lego build with Emmett and a heart, which I had bought years ago when the movie first came out, so that was pretty cool to see it again because I had lost it. So now I got it back again, and yeah, we added Lego Movie 2 to the collection. This was a pickup from Game Exchange, Full Metal Jacket. This is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's a really good movie. I was surprised to see it for I think it was $3.99 is what I paid for it. And I ended up getting it free because Game Exchange does the buy two get one free on all their watchable media. So I ended up getting this one for free, and yeah, I couldn't have picked a better movie to get for free. Full Metal Jacket added to the collection this month. Another Game Exchange pickup, and I believe this was also a freebie with the buy two get one free. Animal House. I actually haven't seen this movie, but a lot of people have told me that I would really like it. I love comedy movies, and National Lampoons is usually right up my alley. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and blind buy this for $3.99, which ended up being free anyway. You can't go with a much better blind buy than a comedy movie, especially something by National Lampoon. So yeah, added National Lampoon's Animal House to the collection with a slipcover. And I'm not a huge fan of the art on this, but I mean, it's a slipcover, and it was free, so hard to beat that. Up next, Halloween's right around the corner, so I've been stocking up on some horror movies and saw this on Amazon for a pretty good price. I believe it was $27 for the complete Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This has all 7 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. It also has Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and I want to say it has... Nope, never mind, I'm just a dumbass. But yeah, anyways, this has all 7 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. pretty excited to finally have this. I love the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's probably one of my favorite horror franchises out there, and I had been eyeing this for a while, and I was like, you know what, it's finally time to pull the trigger on this with Halloween right around the corner. Probably gonna watch all of these in the month of October, along with a bunch of other horror movies, and yeah, added the Nightmare on Elm Street collection to the collection. And another collection I picked up this month, also on Amazon for, I want to say this was down to $12 when I saw it. The Hunger Games 4-movie collection. What's crazy is I've never actually seen these movies. I really liked the books when I was in like 8th grade, I think is when they were really popular. 7th or 8th grade. These were really popular. And I read them all and I loved them. It's time I get around to watching the full 4-movie collection here. And eventually I'll get the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I'm going to watch these first and then decide if I want to pick that up. So yeah, added the Hunger Games 4-movie collection to the collection. Up next, some Schwarzenegger. As I said in my last video, I'm picking up all these Schwarzenegger movies to add to the collection, and I added End of Days. I haven't seen this one yet. This was a complete blind buy, but when you're trying to get all the Schwarzenegger movies, you're going to have some blind buys in there. And this was on Amazon for like $8, so, I mean, for a blind buy in a Schwarzenegger movie, I'll take $8. Yeah, added End of Days to the collection. Found this at Dollar General when I found the Lego movie, the Hangover Part 2. I'm trying to get all the Hangover movies. I've seen Part 3 a couple of times. The case has just always been kind of messed up when I see it at Game Exchange. So I'm going to wait to find a better copy. And I'm not in any huge hurry to get the Hangover Part 3. Just kind of, taking my time and collecting it as it comes to me. And yeah, added the Hangover Part 2 to the collection this month. This was a blind buy, but the case was really intriguing, and I've seen the trailer on Prime Video. I've skipped over this movie a few times on Prime Video when looking for something to watch, and I decided, you know what, this was $5.99 at Game Exchange. I'm going to pull the trigger. I love cheesy, campy 80s horror movies, and this had to be right up my alley. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to buy it, which has led down a rabbit hole, as you'll see in Part 2. I've been buying a lot of movies like this. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch this come October and see how it holds up to the cheesy, campy 80s-ness that the cover kind of gives off here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch this come October, and I added Sleepaway Camp to the collection. Up next, this was a blind buy when I had first bought it at Game Exchange. It was another one of those that was, part of the free when you buy 3. This was like, I want to say $5.99, but it ended up being free as well. Uncut Gems, I have since watched it, and when people say this is a heart attack of a movie, they're not lying. There's just so much going on at all times, and it's all just terrible. There's yelling, there's music constantly playing. It's a real heart attack of a movie for sure. But I did really enjoy it, and I do plan on watching it again sometimes. So pretty happy to have Uncut Gems in the collection. This is a really different role for Adam Sandler. I thought it was kind of neat seeing him in that light when you're used to seeing him, in comedies and stuff. So I was pretty excited to finally watch it because I had heard, he does a really good job in this role, and he does. So yeah, Uncut Gems added to the collection this month. Up next, also from Game Exchange, I want to say this was $7.99, and this is another one that I couldn't find on streaming, and then a couple days after I bought it, it was available. I don't remember on what streaming service, but I don't have to worry about it anymore. I own it now. I haven't seen this in probably 7 years, but I do remember enjoying it when I did watch it. And yeah, Added Lucy to the collection, and I'm excited to give it a watch again after so long. Another Dollar General pickup. I mainly bought this for Big Daddy because I had been wanting it on Blu-ray for a while, and to see it come with another movie that I remember from childhood, I thought was a pretty good deal. So yeah, picked up Mr. Deeds and Big Daddy, the Laugh Out Loud collection there. Lots of Adam Sandler this go round, which was unintentional, but when you grew up in like the early 2000s, Adam Sandler was a part of your childhood. So had to pick up Mr. Deeds and Big Daddy. Next up, another Dollar General purchase. I picked up Joy, which has Jennifer Lawrence, Robert De Niro, and Bradley Cooper, which is the main reason I picked it up because that's a pretty all-star cast. And I had heard people say this movie's pretty good. I've yet to give it a watch, but I'm excited to do so just because that cast is stellar. So I figured, might as well pick it up. I think it was $4.99, something like that. So, I mean, for $4.99, even if I don't like it, it's fine. But, yeah, picked up Joy, and I'm pretty excited to see it. Really excited about that cast that's in that. And next up is another Dollar General purchase. The Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry Magnum Force double feature. Haven't seen either one of these. I know I'm probably going to get flamed in the comments for not having seen either one of these. But, I mean, I want to say this was $7. I was like, yeah, I'll add some Clint Eastwood to the collection for $7. I'm pretty excited to watch these. I've been on a real big action movie kick here recently, as you guys can tell from the stuff I pick up. But, yeah, for $7, 2 Clint Eastwood movies, I will take it all day, every day. Yeah, added that to the collection as well. Up next, some more cheesy action movie. Also, this is from Hamilton Books, I want to say, is where I got this. So it was, $4 or $5 for Double Impact with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm trying to pick up all his movies as well, just kind of like Schwarzenegger. I love Schwarzenegger and Van Damme. So, yeah, I'm going to get all their movies eventually. Kind of just working my way down, and this happened to be a really good deal, so I was like, yeah, I'll get Double Impact, and added that to the collection. This was an impulse buy at Walmart when I saw it was the last one. I had been eyeing it for a little bit, and I was like, man, this is the last one. What if they don't stock it again? Spoiler alert, they did. So this did not end up being the last one, but it was the last one on the shelf at the time. But I had been wanting it anyways, and that is the Kickboxer Blu-ray Steelbook there. I really like the artwork on it, and when you open it up, get this out of here. It has the poster right there. Get the glare off there. And I really enjoy the artwork in this steelbook, and it's a Jean-Claude Van Damme steelbook, and there aren't many out there. So I was like, you know what? For what it is, I will gladly pick it up. And I think it was only $19, so $19 for a steelbook of a really good movie. This is one of my favorite Van Damme movies as well. So yeah, happy to have it in the collection. Next up, I picked up Blade Runner. This was another free one from Game Exchange that I got in the buy two get one free. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of the first Blade Runner. I love 2049, but this one, I know it's a lot of people's favorite movie, but for me, it just kind of, it wasn't my thing, I will say. But I do love 2049 and have it in the collection, so had to add the first one to the collection. And so I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger since it was going to be free. Next up, I picked up True Grit. I love this remake. Jeff Bridges kills it in this as Rooster Cogburn. So, yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get this. It came with the slipcover. It's a little dirty, but, I mean, it's a slipcover, and it was, I want to say, $5.99, and allowed me to get some other movies for free. So, yeah, we decided to pick up True Grit. Next up, also from Game Exchange, this was $5.99 as well. Escape Plan, another Schwarzenegger movie, since I'm trying to get all of his movies. And I've been wanting to see this for a little bit, just have passed it by a couple times and decided, I need something to get some of these other movies for free. might as well get Escape Plan. And it has a slipcover, so that's hard to beat. And the slipcover's in pretty good condition as well. It doesn't look like this was used really at all and taken pretty good care of. So I decided to go ahead and pick up Escape Plan this month. Up next, I picked up SpiderMan II from a different game exchange than my local one. I decided to travel a little bit and check out another game exchange that was about 30 minutes away, and they had SpiderMan II. And yeah, I'm trying to get all the Spider-Man movies on Blu-ray, and I saw SpiderMan II, and my local game exchange only ever has 3. So I decided, I'm going to pick this up while I'm here. Not my favorite Spider-Man movie. I'm not going to lie, the Raimi trilogy really isn't my favorite trilogy. I'm a Tom Holland guy. But I do enjoy these for nostalgia reasons, and I grew up with these. These were the first real introduction to Spider-Man for me, besides the 90s animated cartoon. So yeah, I'm tracking all these down. I just need one now, because as you'll see, I also picked up SpiderMan III, which is never in short supply at my game exchange. I think they probably have 10 copies of this, which I understand why. It's probably the least liked out of the trilogy, and I completely understand it. But yeah, I was like, I see this one here every week. It's $4.99. I need something for free, and this was like, and I was just finally like, I'm getting all the Spider-Man movies. I might as well pick this one up and add it to the collection and work on the Raimi trilogies. So yeah, picked up SpiderMan III. And the last thing I picked up for this part of the haul for September was Meet the Fockers. This is another childhood classic for me. I used to have this on DVD and would watch the hell out of it on my portable DVD player. So I decided, I need the complete Fockers trilogy, so now I need to get Meet the Parents and Little Fockers, which I remember seeing in theaters when it first came out. So that has some good memories for me as well. And yeah, I decided to get Meet the Fockers, and that is going to end it for this part of the haul this month. Part 2 is on the way, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you know when it's coming. I plan to have that out by the end of the month, 1st of October. I'm just waiting on a few mail calls to complete some collections and just some mail calls in general, because I know they'll be here before the end of September, and I want to get those in the video as well because I'm pretty excited about some of those. I made a big boy purchase, which you will see in the part 2 of this video, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you know when that comes. I really appreciate you guys watching. I've really enjoyed, sharing my Blu-ray hauls, my action figure hauls, and I plan to continue to do so. So it would mean a lot if you liked, if you commented, what you picked up this month, because I really enjoy sharing, sharing and watching what you guys picked up as well. So be sure to comment what you picked up. Be sure to subscribe so you can come along for the journey. And I will see you guys in part 2 of the Blu-ray haul for this month. You all have been phenomenal. I've been T-Rey, and I will see you in part 2.